Hey everyone, welcome back, and I'm back making another video here, and this video is for a completed build. If you guys remember, I introduced to you a build that I was going to be doing, and that was the Star Wars AT-AT Walker and the Snowspeeder, and I was going to make like a diorama, you know, of the Battle of Hoth scene from the Star Wars movie. So anyway, I know I haven't made a video in a while, but during that time I've actually been working on this build, and I've gotten it finished. Surprisingly, it didn't take me that long, but I had to have it finished for this coming Saturday because this is actually a birthday gift for a friend of ours. He's turning 16, and he's like a big Star Wars fan, and so my wife is actually into party planning, and she's doing his party, and so it's a Star Wars theme. So I thought I would build this for him as not only, you know, a decoration for his party, but also just to be a gift from us to him. So anyway, I think it turned out really good. I'm excited. This is my first time to build something besides a car, and so you know, it was a little bit of a challenge because just the paint, I mean, you know, painting technique wasn't really different. It was just doing it a little bit different because, you know, it was a different type of weathering, if you want to call it that. And then I've never actually built a diorama before, so this was my first time to do that, which was fun. And I think everything turned out really good. I'm really happy with how it came out, and I think it came out fantastic for my first time at doing this. So anyway, I am going to get out of the way and let you guys see the final product. Da-da! Dun-da-da-da! There it is, all finished. You can see it's the scene where the Snowspeeder crashes into the snow, and Luke Skywalker gets out, and then he uses like his grappling hook to, you know, go up underneath the AT-AT Walker, and you know, he slices it open and throws like a grenade inside of it, and it blows up. So this is the scene where he is grappling up to the bottom of the AT, and so you can see, you know, right here on the side, I've got little Luke Skywalker hanging there. And then of course we have the Snowspeeder that's crashed down here in the snow, and then the AT Walker is, you know, walking towards the Snowspeeder. So I think it turned out really cool. I did the snow base and put it on like a wood base and everything, and so I think it turned out really cool. I'm really happy with it. So let me just show you from another angle here. Okay, yeah, there you can see from the side. And I did all of the weathering. It was my first time to actually do the weathering, like, you know, this type of weathering where it was metal, and so it looked like, you know, it has rust streaks and different things like that. And so that was kind of a new thing for me. I used some washes, and I painted this whole model mostly with acrylic paint. When I first got the kit, I bought the AT-AT Walker. It's the Revell Snap Tight kit, and it came like, you know, pre-painted, but it was really fake looking because it's just an easy snap tight kit that goes together. You know, I guess you would say it was a very shallow attempt at weathering, but you know, mainly it's just a snap tight kit that's meant to be put together really quick, and so more of like a you know, kid's kit. And so I took it, and the base color was just a primer gray, and then I added in all of the washes and everything on top of that. If you remember, I bought a Snowspeeder kit also, but I bought those off of Amazon, and on Amazon it said they were both the same scale, but I found out that the Snowspeeder was actually a larger scale than the AT Walker, and it would have been way dramatically out of scale, not even close. So I did some research, and it took me a few more days to actually track down a snow speeder that was the right scale. And there is a company that makes a model of it, but to get the model of that particular snow speeder, it's like $70, and I just didn't really want to pay that much for just a little snow speeder. So I ended up finding a toy snow speeder that is actually very well. It's done by Hasbro, the toy making company, and came out in like '96. So I found it again. I found it on Amazon, or actually I found it on eBay and ordered it off of eBay. And I did some research to find out what scale it was, and it's pretty close to the same scale as the AT Walker. And so it worked out perfectly. So I did a little bit of weathering on it as well, because it looked sort of toyish, and repainted it, and it came out awesome. And a little figurine of Luke Skywalker, and then there's the gunner pilot inside of there, which I'll show you a little bit better here in a minute. But those actually came with a little toy as well, so that was kind of cool, because I really wasn't going to do this scene and have Luke Skywalker, grappling up or whatever, but once I saw that it came with the two little figurines, I was like, sweet, I'm going to do this whole little scene. So, kind of cool. And I've not seen anybody, I looked online, and there's been some people that have built this, diorama like this with the snowspeeder crashed and the AT Walker, but I've not seen anybody do a scene like this with Luke Skywalker, hanging from the bottom of the AT Walker. So I think I'm the first one to do that, which is kind of cool. So anyway, that's kind of, I guess, the background story of building it. I will show you real quick for the base color of the AT Walker. I used this Testors just spray enamel. It's the flat light aircraft gray. That was my base color. And then I weathered it with the detailer. This is, let me see if you can see that. It's called the detailer. They're ready to use washes. I actually used, this is gray, and then I had black, and then I had like a brown color. I mostly used this gray, but I did use a little bit of black and the brown on it as well. And then you can see like around the edges of all of the panel lines, and then a lot of this rust type color. I did all of that with the folk art craft paint. And for all of the little bit darker areas around a lot of the seam or panel lines, that was done with my airbrush. I airbrush this thing, and so it was just very light, around all of the panel lines, and then just kind of like a little bit of pre-shading on the bottom and on some of the legs and stuff like that. And then I used some of like the brownish color and kind of mixed it with some other colors to get a little bit of a rust tone, and did some of the rusting, dry brushing, and things like that. So that's kind of how I achieved that weathered look. So let me just show you all of this stuff. Oh, I did want to tell you also, for the snow base, what I used is, this is Woodland Scenic Soft Snow. I bought this, actually, there's a local train electric, model train shop hereby, and because I went to all of my hobby shops, I went everywhere, I couldn't find this stuff, but I went there and they had this big deal of it. It's a 32 ounce, and so it was only like $8.47, which wasn't too bad. I'll have to say I'm pretty lucky, because I have like tons of really good model shops around here. I have one excellent car, or actual car, aircraft, military, model shop that just is awesome. Pretty much anything you can order online, he carries in his store. And then I've got this really good train modeling shop, which has all kinds of diorama stuff, and a couple other ones. So I have to say I'm pretty lucky to have all this around. But this is what I used, and it's just like a powder. You can see there, it's just like a powder. But what I found out is if you mix it with water and like Elmer's white glue, it kind of makes like a paste, sort of like kind of like the texture of ice cream. And then I just used a spatula and laid it out on here, and then built up some textures and things to make it look like real snow. So, and it worked out awesome, and it dries like rock hard. So I am going to show you this. Sorry for the shaky camera. but we'll start out with the speeder here. See if I can get out of the shadow. You can see there that I just kind of built up the snow all around it, make it look like it was crashed. I did a lot of weathering on it, kind of shot up and everything. That's the snow speeder. And then if we go over here to the AT Walker, there is the head and the rusting, and then the body and the legs. Let's see the back foot there. And then there's Luke Skywalker hanging there. There we go, focused on him. And he's hanging by just a thin wire that I had. The snow turned out really good, like I said. You can see, I think you can see it there, I added like footprints coming from the snow speeder over to the side of the AT Walker where Luke Skywalker would have stopped and then, you know, grappled up. But the snow turned out really good, I think. You can see this part around the snow speeder where I tried to, you know, give it kind of like a fluffed up look and where there's like a little bit of texture. That was kind of hard to achieve that, but it wasn't too bad. And then the rest of this, I just used like a kitchen spatula and just, you know, smooth it out, kind of gave it like some creases in it to make it look like it's a little bit, you know, wind blown. Just kind of randomize it a little bit. And then, well, the snow was still soft. The first thing I did was glued down the snow speeder, and then I started laying the snow around it. And then it takes this snow mixture, it took it probably about 3 to 4 days to fully dry and become completely hard. So right after I laid it down, I then took the AT Walker and stuck it into the snow so that, you know, the feet, if you see here, you can see that the feet kind of sink down into the snow a little bit. So I stuck it in there just a little bit so that it would give it that, you know, appearance of it being kind of heavy and sinking into the snow. And then once the snow hardened, which this was kind of cool, once the snow hardened, it made like a print, and then the feet almost actually click into the snow, and so it was really easy to glue it in. It just kind of held itself in place, and then the glue dried, and I mean, I'm shaking it. You can see here I'm shaking it, and it's pretty solid. So, but anyway, that is my AT Walker, and I think it turned out really cool. I'm gonna put some pictures up at the end of this. Our power just like blipped out. Looks like we might have some storms coming in or something. So I'm gonna try and finish this before the power goes out. So anyway, I'm gonna post some pictures up at the end, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.